outside my ears. Wait, I wanna be acting like that, acting like that, acting la la la.
Right, that's my train away to get there. The 10:57 to Weymouth Bay via Port Glasgow, which is where we get off. Just a quick visit, I think, to Port Glasgow. Don't think there's much there, apart from the sculpture. Right, folks, welcome to the 10:57 train to Port Glasgow today. Actually, the train goes to Weymouth Bay, but we're getting off in Port Glasgow because we're going to see the fairly new, or brand new, quite new, Shipbuilders sculpture, which is similar to what the Kelpies sculpture is like, but on a smaller version, and of Shipbuilders instead of Kelpies. So anyway, this is a 25-minute, excuse me, 25-minute, 30-minute train ride. Never done this route before, so this is a new one for me on the Weymouth Bay from Glasgow Central route. Welcome to Port Glasgow. Dreich again here, folks. It's Dreich. Right, we're in Port Glasgow, folks, and this is down the front. I can see the sculpture over there. Have a little wander about now. There's a ferry over there as well, which goes to the island of Rothesay. Let's go see what the sculpture's all about here. I think this is meant to represent a hull of a ship, folks. Right at the front, it's quite cool. Right, so is that the town hall maybe? This is Port Glasgow, folks. There's the shipbuilding sculpture over there, look. And there's the ferry, I think it goes to Rothesay, Isle of Bute. Yeah, quite like that one, folks. That's like it's like waves and things there as well. In the front of a ship to represent the shipbuilding industry. Port Glasgow. Busy main road here. There you go. Endeavour. So whenever we look at the Clyde, since we're here, past Dumbarton Castle there coming in, that big rock thing you've seen, that was Dumbarton Castle. This is the first of the Clyde down here, I think, is this what they call it? Very scenic, this bit. Do your morning workout here, the view over the Clyde. There's a little lighthouse there. A nice little promenade. Here's some positives. So there you go, folks, in the centre of the picture there's the statue, the sculpture. Just to get some size on it. So I had a look online to see, obviously how to get here. and the kind of general feedback on the sculpture. And there's a lot of bad feedback. They've been here about a year, but people say they're in the wrong place. I mean, it's a very unusual place to have them. I know the shipbuilding industry was down on the Clyde here, but Glasgow was far busier, I think, with shipbuilding. They should have maybe put them up in the more kind of accessible areas. People are saying they find it difficult to get here. They represented the Soviet bloc kind of statues. So yeah, it's a bit disappointing that it's had a lot of bad feedback, but we'll go and judge it for ourselves. I mean, it is a nice location, this bit, but first impressions of Port Glasgow are not the best. I'm sorry if anybody stays here, but I'm not sure what to make of it so far. But anyway, let's go and look at the sculpture. This is why we came here, and yeah, I'm loving this view for the Clyde here. Also, it's quite hilly up there. It's built on a big kind of hill. It's got great views from the top up there. Right at the top there, look. Imagine climbing all the way up there. Right, let's go and see the sculpture. As you can see as well, it's built in the middle of a big car park. So again, location-wise, a bit strange. So here we are, folks. We've arrived at the Shipbuilders. Do not climb on the sculpture, it says. Right, there we are, folks. They are actually pretty immense. They are huge. Not as big as the Kelpies, but they are massive. Look at the size of that shoe compared to mine. So you're not actually allowed to go and touch them or anything, folks. I think they're all lit up at night as well. Yeah. They actually remind me of, yeah, I can see where the Soviet kind of thing comes into play. But the face reminds me of, is it a Queen album? Can you relate to what I mean? Got a scary face. Looks like me. It's a reflection of me, a horrible face. So it's quite hard to give you an idea of scale, folks, but there's the multis behind them there, look. They're bigger than a multi. Skyscraper, block of flats. I'll try and put my camera down somewhere just so you can see the size of them. I actually really like them. I really like them. I just do think they're in the wrong position. Wrong location, I should say, here. There's nobody about apart from me. If these were in centre of Glasgow or down beside the Hydro, that kind of area, Science Museum, imagine the amount of people who come and visit them. Right, so I can put the camera down. Right, folks, I'm going to quickly nip in, touch them. I'm not meant to go here, but I'm going to take my chance. Look, I've touched one. The size of them, they're absolutely massive. Huge. I don't think I should have done that. You know, to cross this grass bit. But I didn't climb them, I just touched them. Right folks, so there you go. There's the Shipbuilders sculpture. I'm going to give it on the Spizzometer a 9 out of 10. It's a good high mark, but I lost a mark because of the just the location basically. But I think it's very impressive. I do like it. It's just wrong location. Just thinking, imagine getting a picture of these with the blue skies in the background. That'd be awesome. So, as we expect when we come to Glasgow area, sun's out, but it's getting very dark over there, so I think there's a storm coming. Right, this is the high street in Port Glasgow. We've got a few coffee shops, we've got a Greggs. We've got a £1 plus extra. Items only £1, I doubt it. It's from £1. There's the entrance to the train station there, folks. So train's at 12:23 to get back. Been here about 40 minutes. So that's where we are, folks, Port Glasgow. Now I've discovered there is actually an old ship, a replica of the Comet, which was one of the first steam built ships or something in Glasgow, or in Scotland, or even the world. This is Port Glasgow station if you ever want to see what it looks like. This is it. Yeah, so we're going to head back into Glasgow and head up to Blythswood Square, which is quite close to where we were the other week at the Titanic Memorial. The Blythswood Square has got a reputation for ladies of the night, but it was once a very affluent area, housing many a famous building, including the Automobile Association building, which is where the Monte Carlo rally used to start from every year. And we've also got the very famous, one of Glasgow's most famous, or Scotland's most famous murder trials of Madeleine Smith, which I'd never heard of before. But there's been films made about her, books, TV series. So look up, folks, Madeleine Smith murder trial. And she was a affluent woman who had an affair with a poor rogue. And it was all frowned upon, and there was an affair, and it got found out, and she allegedly killed him. But I went to trial and she got off with it. So there's a whole story behind it, a whole film behind it. So we're going to look at the actual Madeleine Smith house where she used to stay, big affluent house, and we'll look at the famous window where she used to hand across love letters to her lover, and where they used to meet in secret at night. Very interesting. So here's my train back to Glasgow Central. Takes about 26 minutes, this one. Right, we're back walking the mega hills of Glasgow. That fancy clock there, that's nice, look. Scottish legal life. Right, we've got another monstrosity of a hill, folks. Jeez, oh. The streets in Glasgow are like San Francisco. So this should eventually take us to Blythswood Square, folks. I'll stop and get my breath. Jeez. So also what we're looking out for here, folks, is an old Rennie Mackintosh door, famous Glasgow architect designer. We're looking for the old ladies kind of club, the window of Madeleine's house where she used to pass out the love letters and the Glasgow scandal. I'm looking for the place where the Monte Carlo rally used to start, plus numerous other things as well. Right, folks, up here on the corner, actually this, before we start, there's the Blythswood Square Hotel. It's Glasgow's top, actually Scotland's top hotel now, I think, this one. This is where the film stars come and stay, all the celebrities, and you can see the sign up there for the old Automobile Association. I think that's what it is. So it's the Scottish Automobile Club, not the Scottish Automobile Association. So that's the sign for it up there. It's now the Blythswood Square Hotel, Glasgow's poshest hotel. This is where the Monte Carlo Rally used to start, folks, right here in Glasgow, believe it or not. So up here in the corner, this house for sale is the Madeline Smith house. This is the scandal house, folks, the murder house, which was part of so many books, plays and films. Let's have a look. So I think the window's that one there, folks, by the looks of some of the photographs. So she used to hand across all the love letters right there. So some people say it could also be this one here, folks. I'm not actually too sure. This could be the famous window here, where she used to hand out the letters and meet with her lover before she allegedly killed him. So it's either that one or the one in the corner up here. So it's hard to tell. But anyway, this was a house, Madeline Smith house. Still got the name. It's up for sale. If you want to buy it, I'll buy a bit of history. And the Rennie Mackintosh door is right next door, so let's go and have a look. Right, so this is the Rennie Mackintosh door, folks, again up for sale. So it has got very Mackintosh-like features, the glass, black panels. That's here, folks, in the middle of Blythswood Square, just there, next to Madeline Smith's house. So that was the School of Lady Artists. It's got some snazzy little window boxes there as well. So this is up for sale as well, folks. Everything's up for sale in Glasgow, all these beautiful buildings. Right, now we walk down here just to see. There's a place there, folks, called K-Cow. There's a massive queue outside, so is that like a internet sensation cafe? Look. There. You get these places that kind of appear like that Binley Chippy and everything on TikTok, so maybe that's a TikTok sensation, folks, I don't know. Need to go and look it up. Looks like another Art Deco style building down here, not too sure what this is, but this is the old cinema maybe? I'm not sure, folks. Look at that. One of these old Glasgow buildings. I think that's surprise price for sale. Derelict. Look at it though, it's very gothic. Yeah, I think that used to be the old cinema, folks. It's all been done up, looks awesome. All these American style buildings here, folks. That's Glasgow's Panopticon, I can't even say the word. It's where Stan Laurel was discovered, folks. An old music hall that's been converted. Now there's another little special thing down here. It's to do with Alfred Hitchcock. Well, that sign there, allegedly, it's something to do with Alfred Hitchcock. And he has his signs in his one of his films like that, back to front, to confuse people. Let's see what's on the other side. Yeah, it's the same on the other side, but it's not advertising anything, folks. It's just a bit of modern art. And it's all lit up at night, seemingly. So yeah, I need to look it up and see. You can see there's a mirror there, you can kind of see it the right way around. So I'm not 100% sure what it's meant to be, folks, but it is, well, you can see it that way around, look. It says Empire Now, that way. It's all back to front, folks. It's all back to front and confusing. Anyway, here's the older music hall here. the Britannia Panopticon Music Hall. I have been in there before, and it's an awesome little place. Is that one? Well, it's actually quite big inside. It's the old preserved music hall where Stan Laurel was first discovered, of Laurel and Hardy fame. Well, I've done a video in the past of the old Glasgow Garden Festival and what's kind of left of it. There's remnants all over Glasgow and all over Scotland. For was it 86? Can't remember. Me and my sister went, so Gilly and I went, and there's actually a big thing left that people walk past all the time and don't realise it's part of the Glasgow Garden Festival. It's just up here. I'll try and find a clip of the video, but it's last time I was in Glasgow, across at the opposite the Hydro basically, and it was raining, and I went to that Premier Inn and had coffee. Well, just there, that was the main entrance to the Garden Festival, and you had to go through these huge big gates to get in. Now the gates have been saved and put on the entrance to Glasgow University. Now I think it's just up here. Let's go and try and find them. Yeah folks, I can see them. This is them here. Glasgow or Strathclyde University buildings. These were the gates from the old Glasgow Garden Festival. Amazing. That's what we would have walked through to get into the Garden Festival. Look at them now. You would never know, folks, would you? I'll try and find a picture actually of what they used to look like. I think I said in my last Glasgow video, there's been lots of Hollywood movies made here. Now this part here was where the World War Z with Brad Pitt, I think, was filmed here, this bit. And also The Batman was filmed here. Batgirl was filmed here, but then they cancelled Batgirl. This whole section here, because it looks like America. And this is all kind of cordoned off. And Gotham City here. Hollywood came to Glasgow, and actually Raiders of the Lost Ark, the new one, was filmed here as well. Right folks, anyway, thanks so much for watching again. I think that's the last of the Glasgow videos for a while. We'll be back here maybe in a couple of months. So much to see in Glasgow, so much history and quirky things to see. But yeah, enjoying my trip today to Port Glasgow. There's just a few pictures there from the music hall. Yeah, enjoying my trip, and thanks for watching folks, see you soon.